2 Kings chapter 24. In his days, this computer, excuse me. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him. And Yahweh sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of Yahweh, which he spake by his servants the prophets. Surely at the commandment of Yahweh came this upon Judah to remove them out of his sight, for the sins of Manasseh, according to all that he did, and also for the innocent blood that he shed, for he had filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which the Lord Yahweh would not pardon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Judah? So Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Egypt came not again any more out of his land, for the king of Babylon had taken from the river of Egypt unto the river of Euphrates all that pertained to the king of Egypt. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. And his mother's name was Nehushta. His daughter, the daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all that his father had done. At that time, the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiachin, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother, and his servants, and his princes, and his officers. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of Yahweh, and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold, which King Solomon of Israel had made in the temple of Yahweh, as Yahweh had said. And he carried away all Jerusalem, and all the princes, and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths. None remained, save the poorest sort of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon. And all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen, and smiths 1,000, and all that were strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah, his father's brother, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Kamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For though the anger of Yahweh, it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, until he had cast them down out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. That concludes chapter 24 of 2 Kings. Thank you for viewing. Appreciate you tuning in and giving a listen to the reading. I hope I haven't flubbed on too many words. Try my best. Do my best, I mean. Not try. Do or do not. There is no try. Now that saying came right out of the lips of an animation. Why, it would be from the Star Wars, the little Jedi Master, the short one, that taught Skywalker there at the last and died in Skywalker's presence and vanished. Yoda, yeah. Well, it's a different story, but the symbolism, and your thoughts, you either get up and do it, or you don't. There is no try to do it from a standing or a sitting position. I mean, it's just a matter of, you're going to do something, get up and do it. Of course, they were talking about mysticals doing something, but the point being, if you have a goal, the only way you're going to achieve it is by getting up and doing it. Taking the steps necessary to go forward in your existence toward your goals. Like my daddy used to say, that driveway, that floor there ain't going to sweep itself. I had to go get a broom and do some sweeping. Or occasionally it ain't going to mop itself. Either way, it was a hint that I need to get up off my tushy and go do something. Go do it. And I've taken that as part of the foundation of my life. You want to do something, you got to go do it. Of course, it helps if you have a job doing it. That way you can get paid. But there are other ways to see to doing things. Thank you for viewing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tuck in a wee prayer request if you can. We'd love to hear from you. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. To show me the way to live for today, the way you want me to do. Ta.